Tonight on KAPP Local News at 5, we're taking you back to what's now being called the Hansen Fire that sent evacuation notices to people in Kiona. What we found today when we went back. And we take a look at how fire crews responded by land and by air during yesterday's outbreak of wildfires from Oregon to Washington, what it took for them to battle the flames. And are you prepared for wildfire season? What you need to know before you may be asked to leave your home in the event of a deadly wildfire.
And the red flag warning has expired for our area, but the wildfire danger isn't over yet. We'll take a look at your first alert forecast and when we can expect to see some rain coming to our area. That's all coming up.
Now, KVEW Local News at 5.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Alyssa Warner. We're seeing a much calmer day today as we are well underway into wildfire season in Washington. Fire crews around Benton, Franklin, Walla Walla, and over the border in Umatilla counties are still battling wildfires all in their own areas, even helping out other fire agencies who need the extra hands. So let's take a look at some of the areas being most affected. We're going to start with the fire that began yesterday just east of Benton City near Kiona. This is now being called the Hansen Fire. It's burned more than 6,000 acres and is a little more than 25% contained as of the latest updated numbers today. This fire caused evacuations for the city of Kiona, as we mentioned. Those were later lifted a few hours later. No homes or structures burned during this fire and no one was hurt. Fire crews from Benton and Franklin counties battled this blaze. The Washington State Patrol also helped coordinate firefighting efforts from the air. We saw several planes and helicopters dispatched to the area. They were using water from the Columbia River as well as fire retardant to help fire crews keep those flames back. The cause of this fire is still under investigation tonight. The Rupert Road wildfire started about 2 hours into the Hansen wildfire. Officials reported today this wildfire has burned about 150 acres. It also only a little more than 25% contained. Yesterday, fire officials told us that 2 homes may have caught fire. Today, they said no homes were lost here on Rupert Road. They did see 1 shed that burned. And the cause of this fire, too, also still under investigation. We have not gotten any reports of anybody being hurt during the response yesterday. Now, over near Hoover Road in Benton County, fire officials said the fire has burned 1,000 acres and is more than 50% contained at this time. State resources arrived at the scene of the fire yesterday evening. They've been helping local fire agencies. At this time, it's not yet known how this fire started. That is still under investigation. We know much of the fire is burning vegetation. It's not really a threat to buildings or people right now. This is considered, though, a level 3 critical incident. And across the river, the Hat Rock Fire in Umatilla County has now burned 15,000 acres. It's showing no signs of slowing down. The Oregon State Fire Marshal activated a K-MAX helicopter to help with battling the blaze. We know at one point the wind and heavy smoke yesterday grounded any kind of air assistance. Level 3 evacuations are active for Juniper Canyon Road, along Hartle Road, Wallula Road, and Hatchgrade Road. Level 3 means you're strongly urged to leave now. Level 2 evacuations remain active for north of Highway 37 and Pendleton Cold Springs Highway west of Kings Corner Road, north of South Juniper Canyon Road, and west of Van Cycle Road to the Washington State border. Level 2 means get ready to evacuate. Have all your documents in order. Be ready to go. A shelter is open at 1705 East Airport Road in Hermiston. The Red Cross is there to give assistance as needed. We've seen an incredible amount of teamwork between agencies, from volunteers to local fire departments and to state and even federal resources. I talked to fire officials today about how that cooperation shapes their response to these wildfires. Smoke still rising over Horseheaven Hills nearly 24 hours after a fast-moving fire ripped through thousands of acres in Benton County. This was one of 4 large fires burning at the same time in the same region under incredibly challenging conditions.
There were so many different incidents in surrounding jurisdictions that we weren't able to get a lot of those local resources that we would normally get because everyone needed them for themselves.
Considering the windy weather, hot temperatures, and an abundance of dried out plant material ready to burn, fire officials called for state assistance getting ahead of the flames.
When you ask for mobilization from a local agency, it's mainly if they run out of the resources, they can't mutual aid and stuff like that. aren't there for them to mitigate the situation.
The Deputy State Fire Marshal tells me having DNR planes spread around the state is helping keep fires smaller than we might have seen just a few years ago. And local fire officials say having more and more people move to the region is helping too.
So we don't have as much wild space as we did 10 years ago. And so there's more infrastructure in place to help. We have more fire stations, we have more fire apparatus, we have more firefighters, and having more resources sooner in the process definitely helps.
While crews are prepared to spend several days making sure these fires are finished, officials say the best thing you can do is make sure your home is protected for next time.
When you live in an area that has wildland around it, even if it's not that close, if you have a fence between you and that, a wooden fence, it's not going to protect you. And the challenge for firefighters is we need to save as much as we can, right? And so we're going to analyze, is this house something that we can fight and save? We don't want to have to pick and choose, but if we have to pick and choose, we're going to save everything that we can save as easily as possible.
We have seen a lot of fires this year, and it's still very early. The State Fire Marshal's office tells me that's partially because there's so much dry grass and brush on the ground to burn. Last year, the Department of Natural Resources said we saw one of the smallest fire seasons by acreage that we had seen in years. And while you may not have been in the path of these wildfires, you can still be affected. One of the biggest ways we're impacted, air quality. As large wildfires continue to burn, breathing in all of that smoke can cause health issues. When it's smoky, you should close your windows and doors to keep the indoor air clean. Health officials say long exposure to air polluted by wildfire smoke can cause severe health risks, especially if you have pre-existing conditions.
Maybe like COPD or asthma, or maybe even they had prior illnesses such as a really bad cold or bronchitis or even COVID, then they can experience extreme symptoms from the wildfire smoke.
Health officials recommend wearing a face mask like an N95 and limit the time spent outside during the smoke if you can. You can keep your air conditioner running and use a MERV 13 filter in your home to file out as many fine particles as possible. And now to an update on how our station is being affected by these wildfires. For those of you who receive the KAPP signal through your television, we should be back on the air. The Hanson fire burned several utility poles you can see here. It knocked out power to our transmitter. So if you're not getting your KAPP signal tonight, please make sure to contact us. You can always find us online at yaktrynews.com, or you can download our mobile app to keep up to date on the latest information. And if you want the latest information on our coverage of the wildfire outbreak, just head to yaktrynews.com. There we have a wildfire season page, so you can get up to date on the latest containments, where the fires are. You can also find out what you should do in case of a wildfire near your home. And we talk about what the different levels of evacuations mean. For right now, let's talk weather. Stacey Lee joins us now. It is so much different now, Stacey, than it was 24 hours ago.
Absolutely. Still breezy this evening, but temperatures much cooler than we were yesterday. In fact, I was out walking the dogs this morning, and folks were with jackets on and saying, wow, it's really cool. We saw a temperature drop of nearly 20 degrees in the Tri-Cities earlier today. And again, here's the temperature difference in just 24 hours. We're 12 degrees cooler right now in Walla Walla, 15 degrees cooler in Dayton, 6 degrees cooler at Hanford right now, and 3 degrees cooler in Yakima. So much cooler day, a much cooler evening on tap. Winds, though, continue to be a problem, especially out the Hanford Reach area, Prosser and Toppenish. We're still seeing those breezy to gusty winds. Let's take a look at our future cast. This is at 6 o'clock tonight. Still breezy through the Columbia Basin, Tri-Cities area, and again, even picking up a little bit overnight. But those winds finally will start to decrease overnight. We'll start out fairly calm tomorrow afternoon, and we'll see the winds start to pick up, at least in the Kittitas and Yakima Valley, briefly tomorrow afternoon. So again, a bit breezy out there. So breezy to gusty winds tonight, tapering off later. Fire danger does remain high in the area. We're going to cool down tonight and get ready. We have a temperatures just a few degrees warmer for tomorrow. I'll get to that in your first alert weather forecast. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. The Yakima Fire Department is scrambling to come up with more money for their next budget cycle to avoid having to cut 12 firefighter positions and potentially even close a station in West Yakima. One option is an emergency medical services levy for 25 cents per $1,000 of assessed property value. This would be at the city level. The county has one already. State law does allow local governments to levy up to 5 cents total. A new levy would give the city more than $2.5 million in new revenue to avoid cuts and to fund capital facilities projects. The fire chief says the council could get it on the ballot for this fall, but it might be better to wait.
I don't know if we would have adequate enough time to do the levy some really good justice as far as getting out there and making sure the community understands the benefits of potentially supporting this.
Council members say they also want to wait until the end of the summer after all the departments have presented their budget proposals and they have a better picture of the city's finances moving forward. Now to your consumer headlines today. Safeway being accused of jacking up prices, then fooling customers with a buy one, get one free sale. A lawsuit filed in California says the grocery chain illegally raised the prices on its BOGO offers, making customers think they were getting something for free when they really were not. The store, whose parent company is Albertsons, agreed to pay over $100 million to settle a similar lawsuit in Oregon back in March. Albertsons has not yet responded to the latest California lawsuit. The Therapeutic Mental Health Court of Benton and Franklin counties celebrated 3 graduates this morning. Antonia Aranda, Stephen Greenwald, and Elizabeth Reyes finished the Mental Health Court program. Therapeutic courts are intensive programs run by Benton County for people who have committed crimes that require assistance and resources rather than jail. Adult Drug Court, Veterans Court, and Mental Health Court regularly hold graduation ceremonies for those who do get through the program. By the time these mental health court graduates got out, it was a sad goodbye with some laughs for everyone.
And so it's just an honor to be here with those 3. We talked about this in staffing. Kind of reminded me of like the Wizard of Oz in an odd sort of way. That, you know, when Dorothy left, she left the 3, you know, the Cowardly Lion, the Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and she just really came to appreciate them and rely on them, and how sad it was that she had to leave them. In this case, didn't know whether to use this analogy because I can't figure out a way that I don't come out being Dorothy.
All of the graduates get their chance to shred their former charges that got them into the therapeutic court in the first place. Congratulations to these 3. Let's take a look outside in the Tri-Cities. We are seeing some much clearer skies than yesterday at this time. We'll have a look at your first alert forecast coming up, and still ahead on KAPP Local News at 5. Walla Walla County Department of Health making a find they haven't seen in the county since 2018. Talked about that when we come back.
So Richardson family, the neighbors are very curious about your new family member.
Oh, Robe Elizabeth?
Hello.
We built her when our daughter moved out so we could keep our family plan and save money.
With US Cellular, you don't need a 4th line to get the best deal. It's just $29.99 per line for 1, 2, or 3 lines.
Oh. I guess we don't need a 4th line anymore.
This is awkward.
Now at US Cellular, it's just $29.99 per line, plus every plan is price protected. US Cellular, built for us.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with a limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again.
With the heat and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Call today to receive 0% financing on approved credit.
So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
For all the times we've been inspired to be just like Dad. Right now, save $50 on the FSA 57 trimmer. Real STIHL. Find yours.
Stan, Where's Alice? She's supposed to stay with us.
Oh, shoot. Where could she?
Hey, everybody. I'm Alice. I'm new here. The new zipline ride looks so fun. You go back and forth. Awesome.
And we've lost control of the Alice situation.
Triple Play has fun for everyone, including the brand new zipline ride. And it's all attached to a cozy hotel.
I mean, she's a natural spokosaur who isn't tempted to eat anyone. You know, because she's an herbivore.
Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium.
Welcome back. In your health headlines tonight, the Walla Walla County Department of Community Health says it found rabies in the carcass of a bat. The dead bat was reported to the health department on Monday. Testing confirmed the diagnosis of rabies. The health department says they don't believe any humans were exposed. This is the first time the health officials say they've found a rabid bat in the county since 2018. So it's a good reminder, if you do encounter a dead bat, go ahead and report it right away. Definitely do not touch it. Legends Casino in Toppenish gave out more than $1 million today to local nonprofits and municipal organizations as part of its Yakima Cares and Community Impact Fund grant distribution. This is a program that's been going on for decades, using a percentage of casino profits to give back. They received 444 applications this year and were able to give grants to 191 of those organizations. That includes school districts, libraries, police, fire, animal organizations, and more.
The smaller contribution fund is for the local charities. Approximately 62% of the charity money goes towards teachers and smaller charitable nonprofit organizations.
They're going to start taking applications for next year's funding in January of 2024. The Pit Bull Pen in Benton City is hosting its annual fundraiser this weekend. That kicks off at noon on Saturday in Kennewick. It's a poker run with different stops around the community. Just like any poker run, you can collect a card at each stop. The best hand gets a prize. Trish Trickett, founder of the Pit Bull Pen, says she's especially grateful for the bikers in the community who've participated for all of the years that this has been going on.
And we are so grateful for them, for the businesses and the community to come out and help us out with these guys, because there's more incoming and we need it.
Now again, this starts at noon on Saturday. There are a few stops along the way, then it will come to a conclusion at the Tin Hat Tavern in Kennewick. There's a live auction there with food and drinks on the patio, and we're talking about all of the events coming up this weekend in just a little bit.
Now, KAPP First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And we'll take a peek outside on our Legends Casino sky cam. Sunrise today at 5:04, sunset at 8:50, and we're just 1 week away from summer solstice, the longest day of the year. So that sunset time will be much closer to 9 p.m. Let's take a peek outside again. Temperatures around the area much cooler, anywhere from 10 plus degrees cooler than we were yesterday at this time. 78 Tri-Cities, 63 in Dayton, 76 in Yakima, 63 right now in Ellensburg. Satellite radar, not a lot of activity going on in our area, a little moisture to the north, but nothing coming our way. Again, we had that warm front move through the area yesterday. We had the humidity levels drop. We've got a ridge of high pressure sitting out on the coast, so we'll see some sunny skies, mainly clear skies coming up the next couple of days, but there is a system sitting out on the coast that's going to bring moisture to the west side of the state with some cloud cover and maybe even a little bit moisture late into the weekend, early part of next week. Futurecast again, Spokane, a little overcast with a few stray showers there. Looking pretty clear though overall through our region, so not a lot to report there. You could see some overcast skies on Friday afternoon as that moisture starts to move in to the coastline Seattle area, and if you're traveling that way, look for some rain showers over this weekend. We'll have your travel forecast tomorrow night. Let's talk wind speeds. Again, breezy out there, and we'll continue to see those gusts come and go throughout the evening tonight. Here's Futurecast again. Hanford pretty breezy. It's going to be a little bit breezy in Yakima and Ellensburg. Tri-Cities a little bit breezy tonight as well. Those winds pick up in Hanford this evening, and as well as the Kittitas Valley. Should start to calm overnight. We'll start our day tomorrow fairly calm, light breezy winds in the Tri-Cities, and then we'll see those winds start to pick up once again in the Yakima, Kittitas Valley. Light winds through the Tri-Cities, so that will really help the firefighters with all the fires around the region. So not too bad on the winds. We're starting to see a little calming. A lot of smoke has also been able to get out of the area as those winds are flowing from the northwest to the the east and again blowing most of the smoke out of our area. So air quality overall is pretty good in our region. And again, you can see our smoke forecast looking pretty clear as the evening moves on. Now the allergy forecast, I wish I could say the same. We're looking at pretty high pollen counts today, a little bit lower tomorrow. We'll even get lower on Friday, and then we'll start to move back up into the weekend. So again, still high pollen counts in the region. All right, so let's talk about temps tonight. Very chilly. I was out walking the dogs early this morning and definitely had to wear a jacket. 49 overnight tonight, Walla Walla, 53 Tri-Cities, 51 in Yakima, 49 tonight in Hermiston. So a little on the chilly side. For tomorrow, we'll see those temperatures start to pick back up just a few degrees, not a lot. So, but get ready. You'll see mostly 80s in Toppenish, Yakima, Cle Elum, and Ellensburg. Moving into the Columbia Basin, temperatures mainly in the low to mid 80s, about average for this time of year. And along the foothills of the Blue, 70s and 80s there again for tomorrow. So just a little below average. Let's talk weather photos. This came from my buddy Scott Butner. He went out, was looking at the fires. This is a good example of why we had the red flag warning yesterday. As you can see, these flames were very close to this building. And again, it's an important time to start thinking about home safety this fire season. Remove all dead vegetation around your home, flammable materials like piles of wood or even propane tanks. Trim those trees, clean the gutters, and keep your lawns hydrated out there. Just a few tips for you. Here's a quick short-term forecast. I'll get to the full 7-day forecast coming up before the end of the show. Alyssa?
Thanks, Stacey. And when we come back, a big judgment for a former Starbucks worker who accused the company of discrimination. That's next.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Tonight, the first former president ever charged with federal crimes, with 37 counts against him, and the race for the presidency started. What happens next? More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
Does your bath or shower need a remodel? Bathfitter can do it all. We will remove your existing fiberglass tub or shower and replace it with a custom crafted shower or soaker tub. All made in America at our state-of-the-art factory. We rebuild your walls with new drywall and install a custom-made tub or shower with seamless walls in as little as 1 day. All work is guaranteed and built to last. Call your locally owned Bathfitter store now to book your free in-home estimate or visit bathfitter.com.
Reel in a fortune during the $200,000 Fishing for a Fortune at Wild Horse Resort and Casino with over $7,000 in cash and prizes every Friday and Saturday. Cash your line and win up to $750 free play, $1,000 cash, or hook a new Pro Lodge boat. Multiply your entries, use your club wild card to earn points, and win special prizes from Billy's Bait Shop. Reel in your next fortune today. Wild Horse Resort and Casino, Pendleton, Oregon. More winners, more often.
It's time. Time to let your soul breathe a little, to feel the sun on your face, and to feel alive again. It's time to dust off the clubs, to treat yourself, and test out your lungs. It's time to get away, to the place that's not so far away. Lakeside Coeur d'Alene. Find countless ways to play and stay in CDA at visitcda.org.
So much of life happens at home, which is why your home should be a place of inspiration, designed around great floors you love. Spending time at home on great floors is something to celebrate. Great Floors is offering discounts on select top-quality Mohawk products. Save 10% on Revwood flooring. Revwood Flooring by Mohawk offers stress-free style so you can live life on floors you love. Plus, ask about your 12-month 0% in-house financing. Visit a Great Floors showroom for details and live life on great floors.
Every 15 minutes, someone is involved in a semi-truck collision in the U.S. Whatever the cause, big trucks mean big crashes, resulting in serious, even fatal injuries, large medical bills, and loss of wages. If you've been injured in a crash with a big rig, call Abeta Nelson Injury Law today. We've handled the most big truck accidents in Central Washington over the last 40 years, recovering millions for our clients. Abeta Nelson, we take your injury personally.
Washington-based Starbucks has been ordered to pay over $25 million in damages after a jury awarded a former employee in a discrimination case. This was linked to 2 black men who were escorted out of the Philadelphia store by police. Later, the employee, who was regional director, claimed Starbucks took steps to punish white employees in that situation. She says she was fired for opposing the leave of a white employee for alleged discriminatory behavior. The jury agreed she was discriminated against and granted her that award. We'll have a final look at your weather when we come back, and here's a look at what's coming up next on World News Tonight.
Tonight, the first former president ever charged with federal crimes, with 37 counts against him, and the race for the presidency started. What happens next? More Americans turn to the most watched program on television, World News Tonight with David Muir.
Portion of KAPP sponsored by Lord's Health and Trios Health, making communities healthier.
Our phones keep us constantly connected.
Please switch to airplane mode.
But what if they helped us actually connect?
What would I give?
Introducing US Mode. Set your phone for human connection at US Cellular.
When you need legal help, trust Quantum Legal. We're here for you in times of trouble, whether you need assistance with criminal defense, personal injury, or have been injured on the job. Law is a complicated matter. Our team of experts will fight for you and help you find the best solution for your situation. Don't let life's challenges get the best of you. We're here to help. Call us today at 509-783-5551 or visit our website at quantumlegal.com.
Your son is right here. Can you please stand up?
From the hit television series on E! Entertainment.
He just said to me, "That's my mother." I just saw him lean down and kiss you.
Meet Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium, for a special evening of live psychic readings.
He says to me that here in this world, you are always on him and on him and on him and on him.
For more event and ticket information,
I really hope this helps you.
and to meet Matt Frazier, visit meetmattfrazier.com. Matt Frazier, America's top psychic medium.
Come shop the largest selection of RVs in the Tri-Cities at Appleway RV. Save big on Class A's, Class C's, travel trailers, toy haulers, and fifth wheels. Shop America's top brands, Rockwood, Tiffin, Newmar, Dynamax, and more, with a huge selection of pre-owned RVs. Plus, get maximum value for your trade, all with no payments for 90 days. Come shop the clearance event at Appleway RV Pasco.
At Honda, we offer complimentary maintenance for 2 years or 24,000 miles. Just enjoy the ride, knowing we cover routine items like oil changes, tire rotations, and multi-point inspections. Honda Service Pass, available to purchasers of all 2023 Honda vehicles. Get yours today.
Now's the time to get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience in the U.S., they offer the versatility and reliability to get the job done right, all year round. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
We're all here to talk about her.
Hello. We built her so we could get a family plan.
Well, with US Cellular, it's just $29.99 per line.
I guess we don't need that fourth line.
This is awkward.
US Cellular, built for us.
Well, today is Flag Day, a time to celebrate the symbolism behind the history of the American flag.
Absolutely. President Woodrow Wilson first proclaimed Flag Day more than 100 years ago, June 14, 1916. It was first celebrated, though, actually back in 1877. Now, the colors on the flag: red stands for valor, white for purity, blue for vigilance, perseverance, and justice. It's preferred that the flag is flown from sunrise to sunset, or of course be lit up if you're going to have it out there after dark.
That's right. And then never let it touch the ground. I know this.
Yep. And we have a lot of daylight hours as we're getting closer to the solstice.
That's right. We're 1 week away from the official summer solstice, so the day's still getting longer. Temperatures, again, a little warmer tomorrow. We're going to warm up again on Friday. Then we start to cool back down into the weekend. Father's Day, pretty mild. We'll see some cloud cover coming in. Slight chance of rain on Monday, about a 20% chance on Tuesday. That's in the Tri-Cities. Similar temperatures in Yakima, but a little bit cooler. Look at those temperatures down in the 60s, Alyssa, and overnight lows down in the 40s. So don't put away that light jacket just yet. You're going to need it in the next couple of days.
Yeah, bundle up for that 3-day weekend ahead.
There you go.
All right, World News Tonight with David Muir is next. We're back tonight at 6. And of course, you can find the latest anytime on our website, yaktrinews.com.